This is JJ Solomon.
This Cory Bradshaw, Mr. RTBA. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.
It's your boy, Mr. ILTBA, Mr. 214, Senor Dos Uno Cuanto, Senor Dos Catorce, Mr. Undeniable, Mr. D Boys Can't Touch Me. On my worst day, I'm right here with my dog, my partner in crime, JJ Solomon. What's popping, my guy?
There's a lot popping, bro. COVID got a hold of us, but I'm feeling good, dog. I'm feeling good. How about yourself?
Hey, man, feeling great, getting better every day as every day go on. Just thank God for every second and day, we got on this earth. So God bless to everybody out there, who going through something. We sending our prayers to y'all. But tonight, we got a big one. You hear me, JJ?
Absolutely.
You know who we got? We got Mr. in that order. Do you hear me? We got Mr. 5-time world champion of the world. Hold up. We got Mr. undisputed champion of the world. Hold up. I ain't
Keep
done.
it going.
Give
me more.
We got Mr. Royalty to a dynasty of boxing from his dad, Leon, to his uncle and Michael, down to him. Man, we got Cory Spinks in the building.
Let's welcome Cory Spinks to the show. How you doing, sir?
What's up, my guys? How you doing, y'all?
What's poppin'?
Man, nothing, man. Feeling good, bro.
Cory Spinks in sunny Florida. How you doing tonight, dog?
Oh, man, good, man. Out in the patio, man. Enjoying some of this fresh air out here, man.
Hey, shout out to you, Cory, man. This was so amazing, talking to you, right? A guy who comes from royalty.
Yep.
In boxing history, you come from royalty, right? And then what's stunning is the pressure to me when you come from royalty like that, to be able, to come and do what you do, because you didn't grow up like the average other kid. Like, you grew up royalty. And then for you to make your name, yourself, where it's dotted in history forever, that is amazing, man.
Salute, dog.
Man, I appreciate that, man. Like I said, it wasn't easy, but hey, you put in the work, you can achieve it, though, man.
Tell me about that, though. Like, you say it wasn't easy. Tell me about the pressure, of you coming from the Spinks family, with you having an amateur record of 78-3, winning the National Golden Gloves and the National Police Athletic League as a welterweight titles in 1997. Tell me about the pressure growing up.
Well, man, I came up in the rough St. Louis, man, one of the worst neighborhoods in St. Louis, man. So from that point alone, man, you had to be tough. But I was blessed with a talent, man. I didn't really have to learn how to box. I just had to learn to elevate my game. But my mama instilled that toughness in me, but I got the skills. I got the skills from my daddy now, man. But all my brothers used to box. You know what I'm saying? My 3 older brothers used to box and all that. And I used to go to the gym with them when I was a baby, like a baby, man. So when I got of age around about 8 years old, I hopped in there, man. I hopped on into the game, man. And it was a natural, but Went through some hardship on the way up, but just stay with it because lost a lot of people, coming up by being in that neighborhood. And I just have to, keep my head on strong, man, and keep doing what I know, man.
It's interesting to me. You said your mama is who instilled that toughness at you. Most people talking to Cory Spinks would think, okay, Leon, Michael, his daddy, his uncle, his brothers must have forced that. And let me take a quick second and just make sure our audience understands. Cory Spinks, in your own right, undisputed. We heard the introduction from Cory, Mr. ILTBA, 5-time champ, beautiful resume, both professionally and amateur. But your uncle, Michael Spinks, arguably top 10 light heavyweight of all time, was in there with some of the greatest of all time. Leon Spinks, your pops, RIP to Mr. Leon Spinks. We lost a legend in 2021. Leon Spinks shocked the world. Before Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson, the biggest boxing upset in boxing history was your pops, Leon, beating the greatest in Muhammad Ali in his seventh fight. Am I correct?
Correct, man.
Yeah, so it's a legacy there, and obviously the pressure was there. And I always say, like, whenever I hear the son of a champ coming up, I'm a little skeptical, right? I'm a little skeptical because the upbringing was different and all that sort of deal. Cory, you arguably are one of the greatest, if not the greatest, sons of champs ever. So how did you manage, dude? How did you manage to live up to that hype and live up to those expectations?
Man, it was just, man, shoot, man, tell you the truth, man, what got me tough enough, man, is that hood I was from, man. It was very dangerous coming up, man. Basically my childhood was, we had fun. I had a childhood, but it was scary.
Mm-hmm.
It was very scary, but I had a good mom, man. My mom kept me in positive things, even though she couldn't keep me away from everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in the streets. You know, but just having that drive, man. And then I had a great mentor in my coach. Rest in peace, Mr. Charles Ham, man. Was a great mentor, like the greatest man ever. A lot of people don't know, man. I loved my dad, but I loved I loved him more than my dad.
Wow.
And great man. He was a Mason.
Oh, lost the Cory.
He come back
Oh, there
now.
you go. We lost you
Yeah,
after you said great man, brother.
yeah. My wife was trying to call, but I had to. She on her way home. Hello, man. So,
Well, that's good
you know,
stuff, man.
but just having that focus, man. A lot of people didn't know. I fought from 8 years old all the way until I was like 15, like 15 and a half. And my brother Leon Jr. got killed. And then my best friend Terrence, that was still boxing with me, and got killed. And boxing wasn't fun for me anymore, so I quit. I went to the streets slanging, doing my thing, man. But my brother Daryl, that was right above me, he continued to box. So I will go to their fights. You know what I'm saying? I still had the skill, you know, and people was still talking about me. Oh, they little brother with a blah 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 blah. So I had help with my friends, my mom, my mentor. They was like pressured me to come back, so I just I stopped everything I was doing, man. Left the streets alone a little bit, and I started taking it serious. And then I came back, man. It was instant success, man. Instant success. I won a little local tournament in St. Louis, and the next tournament was the Golden Gloves. Fought in it, man. I got outstanding boxing in St. Louis. Then went to the Nationals in one of the hardest places that you can win the Nationals. That's Denver, Colorado.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Went up there, man, and I was the only one from St. Louis that won the whole thing.
Mm.
Wow.
So it was like, wow, that sent off the buzz. That sent off the buzz, And the next tournament was the PAL, the PAL, and St. Louis had it that year, so everybody had to come to St. Louis. You know, everybody we had a couple people in the finals, but again, I was the only one from St. Louis to win the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So um, I had a stablemate. I had a stablemate that was already signed with Top Rank. His name was Freddie Norwood. If y'all don't know him, he beat Marquez when Marquez was young.
Oh
Mm.
wow. Nice.
Yeah, he beat Marquez. He was called they was called a baby Hagler. His name was Freddie Norwood was a world champion. And when I had just won the Golden Gloves and everything, I had went to one of his fights. He fought close by home, and I touched this IBF belt.
Mm.
I touched it, and so when I won, they sent Top Rank sent Cameron Duncan down there to check me out or whatever. But I won my first fight, and then Cameron had to leave for something, and I ended up winning the whole thing. So
Wow.
after that, man, I could have made the Olympic team because the guy that I beat in the finals from Cincinnati, when
Mm-hmm.
I turned professional, he made the Olympic team.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But they offered me something I couldn't refuse, so
Mm-hmm.
I took my talent on to professional game, and look, and had success with it. Had some bumps in the road, but overcame them, even though they shouldn't have been bumps. You know how it goes in boxing when
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you see. I lived by the old rules. I wasn't scared to fight nobody, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in your backyard. You want some, you can get some. And you know, I had to go in a Mexican backyard, fight him in his yard, but they give it to him on a split decision. You know what I'm saying? But I had success. You know, got with Don. Don put me in the right position to reclaim what I supposed to had already claimed. You know what I'm saying? Went to Italy, won the world title, brung it back, and my next fight was for the big dog. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And that was it right there, man. It was for the big dog, man. And
Yeah.
I ended up shocking the world, man,
Yeah. Yep.
because I fought a knockout artist. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A wild knockout artist. I remember before that fight,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Like you didn't seem because okay. I consider myself a purist, and I've never been a Mayorga fan. I didn't believe in him back then. I didn't believe in him now. But I remember how confident you were, and I believe you were a significant underdog, four to
Yeah,
one, 5-1, something like that.
yeah.
What were your thoughts going into that fight? Was there?
Oh
I
man.
don't. I mean, how'd you feel about it? How'd you feel about all his outside the ring antics? Did he get under your skin? What was that like, bro?
See, the thing is, he couldn't get under my skin because where I come from, man, I came up in a neighborhood that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I had a cousin, man. I had a cousin that was so crazy, bro. I had a cousin that was so crazy. He used to smother me. He used to catch me in my mom room and be over there smothering me, bro.
Gee.
Hey, but I love to mess out this dude
Mm-hmm.
because if anybody messed with me, this dude had grenades and everything, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Jeez.
But but the things that he was trying to get up under my skin, I'm like, I wasn't worried about. I'm like, you know, because in two, I was in the best shape of my life. Like a lot of people didn't know, man. I had went before before the fight was even made. They was talking about it. I had um I had went to training camp with the late Diego Corrales
Mm.
up in Big Bear. I was up there for like 2 months with Diego. Then came down from there and flew my family to Vegas for like a weekend. As soon as that weekend was over, I went right into my camp.
Wow.
So I was in camp for like almost damn near a half a year
Mm.
Wow.
for this dude. But it had to take that because a lot of people didn't know, man. Like I had one sparring partner from Mayorga,
Mm.
Wow.
one sparring partner, but man, I was in the
Was
best
that by
shape of my
choice?
life.
Was that by choice?
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't because I was up there getting some good rounds with Diego. I was his main sparring partner. He was fighting he was for the fight Casa Mayor,
Mm-hmm.
and I was his main sparring partner for that. So I was in terrific shape, man. Like the day before the weigh-in when I was for the fight Mayorga, I ate,
Wow.
I ate and weighed in, and I was still 2 pounds under.
Mm.
So it wasn't nothing that Mayorga could do, but nothing he can say to get me off my game, man. I knew what I was going to do, man, and I knew I was going to have a good night too, man.
You sure did.
Yeah,
So when you say earlier in your career, I think it was Antonio Diaz
yeah,
who you lost to.
yeah,
But it was a lot of people around the world who
Yeah.
had that as a controversial loss.
yeah,
And it was another guy, I think if I say this right, Michelle Picarillo.
yeah.
No.
But
Yeah.
you got a chance to get that
Yeah.
rematch
Hmm.
and you beat him. So my next question to you is, after losing the fight, whether it was controversial or whether you really lost that fight, what's the mindset that you go into knowing that you lost to a guy, but you get a chance to fight that guy again?
Oh man, I was because I knew I had beat him the first time,
Yeah.
especially Pizzarillo. I knew I had beat him the first time, and I just had to duplicate what I did the first fight, but but put a little more on them to really make sure that they couldn't do nothing to take it from me. And that's what I did. And then I did things a little different. Instead of flying over there like the week of the fight, I had flew over there like 10 days prior to
Mm.
train over there to get adjusted to the time, a little bit longer, and I got my feel of Italy. So I did things a little different the second go round and had some success.
Were both fights in Italy or just the first one? I'm trying to remember.
Both of them was in Italy.
Yeah, and that first one was very controversial. It took, man, that
Yeah,
takes some balls to go back out there in his backyard again after a controversial decision. But
yeah. And two, the Tonio Diaz fight. Don't you know only had 2 6 rounders and then jumped to 12 rounds?
mm,
Mm. Didn't know that.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We both had fought on the undercard of Oscar De La Hoya and Chavez too, and I seen them fight, and I was like, man, I beat him.
Yeah.
And so they said the only way they'll fight me is if they fight me in his backyard. So I'm like, I don't care. I
Mm.
went to Colorado Springs, got in some shape. I was nervous because you know, when you're amateur and you looking at them pros, they going all these rounds. You like, dude, how's they going all these rounds? I'm getting tired in 3 rounds. But I trained my butt off, man, and got ready and went up there. And I did what I had to do, but they gave it to him on a split decision, man.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. It's unfortunate,
Yeah.
but it happens. Now, you referenced it a little bit earlier. You talked about Don King. Don King been making headlines again lately. Uh, I know you had an up and down relationship with Don King. A lot of people could say, a lot of fighters could say the same thing. Two-part question. Uh, how was your relationship with Don King? What's it like now? And then what do you think about Don King resurfacing I mean, I don't want to say resurfacing because he's been around, but he signed a big name in Adrian Broner. What are your thoughts about that as well?
I think that was a big move, man, on both parts. On both parts, man. Don looking for a superstar to get back in the game, and Broner need to be treated like a superstar. And I think that was a great move on both parts because Don is gonna put his focus on Adrian Broner. He's gonna protect Adrian Broner and make the right moves with him. And so I think that this last little ride that Broner gonna make is gonna be a good one, man. Because for one, they can say what they want about Don, but you know, every promoter has their tricks. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's just Don was the most popular. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So he got called out for everything that he did. You know what I'm saying? He did some fuck shit to me too. You
Yeah.
know, but you know, I keep it real, man. He's the greatest promoter ever, man.
No
You know what
doubt.
I'm saying? The greatest promoter ever, and to this day, man, can't nobody still touch him. And he damn near 90 years old, man.
He's 91 now, dog. Yeah, we were
Yeah,
with him for
man.
his 90th birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So
Yeah, he go ahead.
so yeah, I mean, 30 years ago, maybe we could say that about Don King, but it's a new era, Corey. And
It,
speaking of,
it, it is, but can't nobody promote a fight like him, man.
can he still do that though?
Yeah, yeah, man. You gonna see. You gonna see, man. This dude, he rise to the occasion, man. Even though he's that old, he probably can't do what he used to do. But the thing is, the pull that he has, and the strings that he has to get his fighters in place to 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 make some of themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's a big move. That was a great move on Mona part to do that though, man. Because he still Don still has respect in this game, even though it's a new era. You know what I'm saying? It's a new era and everything, but he still has pull. He still has pull, man. He can still get you running in any world title. He can get you rated at any world title. You
No
know what I'm
doubt.
saying?
Yeah.
And he's still to me to this day, and he ain't even been in the game. He's the best promoter for a heavyweight,
Mm, that's true.
for for any heavyweight. I ain't
That's
never
true.
seen no I ain't never seen nobody move a heavyweight like that. So I think it was a good move.
Do you guys still have a relationship? I mean, because I hear you saying a lot of good things about, and I appreciate this in you, Corey, that you mentioned that he messed around a little bit and y'all had y'all's downs, but you still have nothing but good things to say about him, and I appreciate that about you. You're not sitting there holding grudges. Do y'all still have a relationship?
No, we speak and all that, and all that, but you gotta respect what he did in
No
in,
doubt,
in
for sure,
boxing.
though.
Yeah. So, and speaking of that, you stated Adrian Broner was a good signing by Don, but I don't know of any fighters. Like speaking of that, you said um, Adrian Broner. Can you hear me, Corey?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you said Adrian Broner was a good signing with Don King. I mean, yeah, it went viral that day for that day. But
Yeah.
when I look over there, and this is no knock to Don King, I don't see nobody over there. And then another thing, Adrian Broner. This guy ain't been the same Adrian Broner in years. So I need to know what type of magic is Don King gonna be able to work for Adrian Broner, who ain't the same guy he used to be. What
That's
magic?
that that's the thing. That's the thing that he, people just will have to see. You know what I'm saying? Because what's the name? He was trading his butt off.
Yeah, he
You know
looks
he
good. You
Yeah,
can't
so
deny that.
we just have to wait and see. You know what I'm saying?
A magician ain't always going to reveal their tricks, and if Don
Yeah,
King got another trick up his sleeve, it's
yeah.
yet to be seen. So we'll see. Obviously, a name like Adrian Broner is going to get attention.
Because
Let's take it back.
he got an audience. He got an
Absolutely.
audience. You know what I'm saying? So
And I feel like Don King been dying for a signing like this to get his
yeah,
name right back out there. So I'm skeptical because I've been skeptical on AB's career.
Oh no.
So we'll see. But let's take it back to Mr. Spinks, the man of the hour. When you beat Ricardo Mayorga, Ricardo was lighting up the world, smoking cigarettes in the ring and all that. You got that undisputed label, that highly coveted undisputed level, just like your pops, just like your uncle. What you were right in that era with Margarito. I know your name was tossed around there with Costa Zoo a lot. You were in the ring with Zab Judah, got the W. Do you have any regrets of maybe I should have fought somebody or anything? Any regrets in your career, dog?
well, not really. You know what I'm saying? I could have milked it a little more, like what they do today. I could have milked it a little more instead of fighting hard fight after hard fight. You know what I'm saying? That's the regret I have. You know.
Yeah.
And another thing, I don't think a lot of people give you credit either.
No.
Because like when not I ain't talking about fighting, because we know you can fight your ass off. I don't think a lot of people give you credit as the showman you was, um, your ring entrance and everything. Like you were one of the pioneers,
Man.
of making that pop like that. I don't think you get enough credit for that.
Yeah, man. You have to create your own show, and
Yeah.
that was a part of my show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but a lot of people didn't know that was an homage to my brother Leon. So and then I had fun doing it. So, and I did that all day. So
A couple of comments on here. Zach Spencer says, salute Mr. Spinks. We got Sports Nerd Channel. I wanted to bring this up, but I wanted to see what your thoughts were. I remember your uncle walking through St. Louis with a robe on, passing out $100 bills like Santa Claus.
yeah,
You remember that?
yeah,
And what was it? What was the thought process seeing Uncle Michael handing out money like that?
man, that was crazy. But they was just, I guess, give it back. I guess.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
So and,
Yeah.
and I want to ask you this. Like we mentioned all them names. Probably the biggest name you fought, I would say, was Azab Judah, right?
I think so. Yeah, I would say
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I
T-
would say.
tell me about that. Beating Zab Judah, that first fight, um, retaining your belts, and then bringing the fight back to your hometown. I think it was the Starvis Center.
The
I'm not.
Salva Center.
Yeah, the Savage Center,
Yeah.
and you lost. So tell me, because that was I think they should have had a third one to conclude the trilogy. Do you take that as a regret of not having that third fight to solidify that make it a
Well,
trilogy?
well, the thing is, I couldn't really make 47 no more.
Oh, okay.
That's why I moved up immediately after that fight. But during that fight, in camp I caught Crohn's disease.
Mm.
But I was I was on the verge of achieving a dream of mine of defending a world title in my backyard. So I just went ahead with it. I was in the hospital in camp.
Damn.
I had to spend a couple nights in the hospital and everything, but I went along with it. I didn't really care what the outcome was, but
Yeah. Well,
it
that's
happened, and I kept moving. So, but my next fight was for the IBF junior middleweight
Hmm.
title, and I,
You
I
won
took
that.
I took it from one of one of the boogeymans of they division at that time.
Was that Roman
Roman, yeah,
Amazon? Yeah.
yeah, because he had took it from what's the guy name
Damn. I know this,
um
man. I
the
know
little
this.
the pressure fighter
Shit.
the li-
I hate when
the
this happens.
the little African guy.
Yeah, I always try to impress our guests with my boxing
Yeah,
knowledge, and now I'm shit the bed. My bad, dog.
I know it started with a Q.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this before the end of this show, and I ain't gonna cheat, I promise you. But I'll figure that out. But hold
Yeah,
on, let's talk about this journey though. One of the most impressive things to me that people don't talk about you, Cory, is that you fought Jermaine Taylor for a split decision. It was a loss, but you're not a natural middleweight, right? Jermaine Taylor
no.
was taking over the world, and you still managed to squeeze out. I mean, a split decision at a higher weight class. That's not your natural weight. Jermaine had a hell of a career in his little time that he was on top of the world. What was that like, dude, going into that fight, knowing that, man, he's a bigger guy, he's a natural middleweight. What was the thought process going into that?
Well, I've been on I have known Jermaine since like the amateurs because it's like when we fight in national tournaments, some national tournaments, you have your region. And Arkansas was in our region, so Jermaine always had to come to St. Louis. So we've been knowing each other ever since we was kids, and I knew Jermaine was strong. Like that's what it was. Like all everybody that came from Arkansas was strong, and I know him very well. But like I say, I wasn't scared to fight anybody. No matter how big you are, you know, So the opportunity came. Because I was still the
You were still
IBF
champion. You
world.
were
I
still
was still
champion.
the
Yeah, I was
world
just gonna
champion
say
at
that.
144,
Yeah,
154.
yeah,
So
yeah. He'll come back. That's what I was just gonna say, JJ. He went up to fight Jermaine Taylor
I had,
when
went-
he was
I had,
still champion.
yeah. So I took the fight. You know what I'm saying? I took the fight, and man, when I fought Jermaine, I counted how many punches this dude landed on me.
Yeah,
I didn't. I counted no more in a 12-round fight. I counted no more than 5 or 6 punches
yeah. You
that
thought
he
you won
landed
that
on
fight?
me. Yeah, man. Even Emmanuel Stewart told me.
Yeah.
You
Damn.
know, Emmanuel Stewart and my dad was like this.
Okay.
And after the fight, I bumped into them. They at the bar. And Emmanuel was like, man, I thought you had it, man.
And Emmanuel don't bullshit. Emmanuel
Yeah,
don't Emmanuel don't just blow smoke. He don't just gas you up. That was a hell of
Emmanuel.
a fight.
Yeah, Emmanuel was like, man, I thought you had it, man.
His name was Auma, Kasima Auma.
Kasim Uma. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
cause
remember
yeah,
that. I
yeah.
remember that now.
He had beat Kasim. Yeah.
so with that, because you thought you actually won that fight. So going into that fight, you had to go up to 160. So was you eating a lot more to get bigger, or did you?
No, no. I just, we gain weight anyway. We
Hmm.
gain weight anyway, but I still had to lose. I had to lose some pounds to get to 160. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
But
no
but
doubt.
I wasn't a 160 fighter. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine was huge, man.
Hell yeah.
Jermaine was huge, man.
Huge and
But
talented. Huge and
yeah,
that's why I said, yeah, you run it. You beat Ricardo Mayorga. For me, that was cool and all. You got the belts. To me, as a boxing purist, what you did against Jermaine Taylor tells me more about who you are as a fighter. Again, in my opinion, and I'm not the only one who feels that, dog.
yeah. See, the thing about Jermaine, what I had to do with Jermaine, I had to take his jab away.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest thing that Jermaine had was his jab. So how I took his jab away, I tried every time he jabbed, I tried to I tried to pat his jab down and come back with mine. to try to make him get away from it.
Mm.
So mostly, if you look at that fight, mostly every time Jermaine jab, I catch his jab and jab back.
I
I'm
love
gonna go
this,
watch that.
dog.
I'm gonna go watch
Yeah,
that.
I love
And,
yeah,
hearing
and
this. I love hearing this because Corey, like you want a knockout artist, right?
right.
But to me, it like seeing the sweet science on
Yeah,
display. Hearing you just say right now, I had
Southpaw
to,
too.
huh?
yeah,
Southpaw, bad
yeah.
boy. Southpaw.
Absolutely, dog. So I
Hey,
love.
but a lot of people don't know I'm right-handed.
Oh
Oh, so
shit,
you,
that's how my
so
pops is.
so
I'm a converted southpaw.
so who converted you into a southpaw? Who told you to switch? You did
I,
that?
yeah, I already knew how to box,
Okay. And you just
so
felt more
It's in his
they
comfortable.
DNA, dog.
they never touched my style. I already knew how to jab. I already knew how to move away from punches.
Do you think that took away from you could have more knockouts if you would have fought the conventional way with you being right-handed? I mean, you still
No,
had a hell of a career, but
no,
Hell yeah.
I'm saying, but most people you converted
you,
yourself.
yeah, no, not really, because Oscar De La Hoya was also a converted orthodox fighter.
Yeah, he's a lefty.
Oscar De La Hoya
Yeah,
left-handed.
Really?
yeah,
Yes,
he's a lefty.
yeah,
This new to me.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how you
Yup.
do. Never mind.
Yeah, like I never they just never touched my style. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Even,
I,
even though when I mastered the southpaw style, I could have switched, but what for? But
nah,
like
man.
and then too, like I was a smart southpaw because if you look at the Jermaine fight, they always want to push a um a southpaw to his left, right? I moved to my left the whole fight.
And and
Mm.
and again, I'll say it because I love the sport so much. You had your feet in the right spot, dog.
Right,
You had your feet in the right spot that whole
right.
fight. I honestly think, and I'm not, bro, I'm not just saying this because you're here in front of us. I honestly think had you been a natural middleweight, in terms of boxing,
Yeah.
like I think Corey was the better boxer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
What,
Like
what, what,
it
was
just
he
there's an
as
obvious
strong?
weight difference there,
Well,
Jermaine. So whatever it was you want to call it. Go ahead, Corey.
No, I'm gonna let him go.
All right, well,
no,
hey,
no. I know what you was going to say, my guy.
With me, I was
Yeah,
gonna say, was he as strong
yeah.
as people perceived him as to be?
man, that motherfucker was cock strong.
Hell yeah.
It wasn't that he hit hard. He was strong as a fucking ox, man. He was strong. That's why when he fought Bernard,
B Hop.
he didn't use no skill to beat Bernard. He just was swinging, but he was so fucking strong. B Hop didn't want to open up.
Yeah.
He listen. He's so fucking strong though, man. He was so fucking strong. But the reason why I kept moving to his left, to his right hand, his right hand, is because I wanted him to shoot the right hand so I can dip up under.
Oof.
I would take his jab away and bait. That's all I kept my eye on is his right hand. I had the jab minimized. I just wanted him to constantly shoot his right hand. And that's what Emmanuel Stewart was telling him. Like, why not to fight me? Because I do this little dip. This little dip, can't nobody hit me when I do this little dip. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So every time he shot his right hand, he'd shoot it right over me. What I did, I either spin around him or when he shoot over me and it's like it's a lot of things when it comes to boxing. You gotta feel where you at. So when he shoot over me, I feel him on my shoulder. When he shoot his right hand, I feel him on my shoulder. So I hunch him up like this to throw him off balance so he
Mhm.
wouldn't throw another shot.
Mm.
I
ah,
could sometimes I hunch him like this and come up with my left hand.
Hey,
fuck it.
one more question because I know we're gonna have to take a commercial break. I know that's what you believe to, but one more question. Now, you are a five-time champion. You, your pops, and your uncle are from St. Louis.
Right.
I'm asking you this, Cory Spinks. Are you the best fighter to come out of St. Louis?
Nah. I
Wow.
couldn't. I couldn't take it from them guys, man. I give them too much respect. I wouldn't put myself. I would put myself after them. I will put myself after them. I think I'm the third best fighter that comes out of St. Louis. But no, not even. I'm the I'm the fourth.
So who is third?
Well, hold up. I'm not even the fourth, man. Do you know how many boxers come from out of St. Louis? Like we got Sonny Liston. We
Yeah, I
got
was about to
Okay.
say, dude, we're
we
I
got
missing
I,
Sonny
I didn't know
Liston
what
right
St.
now.
Louis
we
was
Yeah.
got
from.
we got Archie Moore. We got
Oh, I didn't know Archie Moore was from Southern.
yeah.
No, but Cory, don't take no credit away from yourself, dog.
No,
Dog.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not one of the ones that disrespect our elders,
I love it,
and
bro.
this where we all get it from. Cause I look at all these guys and my style is all bundled up and coming from them guys. This how the sport done evolved.
Okay.
Cause they didn't fight like we fight back then.
True. True.
They was more, tell you the truth, back then was more brutal.
Hell
Mm.
yeah. 15
Was
rounds.
more
Just starting
brutal.
with 15 rounds. Just
Yeah,
yeah.
was way more brutal. See, the reason how it evolved because we got slicker. The moves got slicker. That's why I call myself the next generation Jinx.
Yep, that was your next name.
Mine, cause back in the day, the Spinks Jinx was a punch,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it
but
was yeah.
I created it to a style.
Mm.
My style was to confuse the hell out of you because you couldn't hit me.
Mm.
So you get frustrated. So I call it the jinx.
Yeah.
You can't hit what's not there.
Yeah.
We're about to go to a quick commercial break. Before we do though, because I want to touch on I want to talk about Cory as much as we can. I want to talk about your career. What's your proudest moment, Cory? Proudest moment in your boxing career, from teeny tiny all the way up.
When I became the undisputed welterweight champ, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the obvious answer. All right, man. We're gonna take a quick 1 minute break, but when we come back, we're gonna talk about today's boxing scene.
Okay.
What your thoughts are on it? A little bit of
Oh yeah.
predictions, all that good stuff. Give us 2 seconds.
And a little
In
bit
that
more
order.
with you too, because I got a lot of questions
All
I
right,
I
need
let's
to
got
do
you.
it.
ask you.
Give us
I
give us
got you.
1 minute.
We all have battles. We fight. We train. We work. We persevere. And we celebrate. We are all one.
I can't do anything if I can't walk in my prosthetic. It's a lot of pain that I feel throughout my day. It can be very intense. Now I just put that balm over it and it will heal up much faster and it will let the callus recover. That's amazing. It is a total game changer. I am hooked. I'm just hooked.
Life is hard. KO makes it better. KOCBD.com.
I'll call you when I'm done.
KOCBD.com. Y'all check these guys out for maximum pain relief, maximum recovery. Check them out. KO Therapeutics, the best CBD in the game. Anxiety, you need to sleep. But most importantly, if you need to get over them aches and pains, I promise you guys, you will not be let down. KO Therapeutics. Check them out at KOCBD.com and use the discount code TSB10. But let's get back in action. It looks like Cory Spinks doing some jumping jacks or something. Cory, you working out? What's going on?
Nah. Messing with my son.
Hey, shout out to you too, because before we get into today's boxing, what I love when I watch your Instagram post, I see you always having your daughter and her friends out there, you teaching them the sweet science. My question for you is, you have a son,
Yeah.
You have a daughter.
Yeah.
Would you let them compete in the sport of boxing?
I let them choose their own path, but well, my son, you know, no, but because of obvious reasons. But my daughter, too prissy. She like it, but she ain't having it. She like her mom for real, man.
But them combos, I see
Yeah,
you
listen,
throwing with them.
she listen, she no, she got it, but she prissy, and then
Yeah,
she into them books, man.
yeah,
That's beautiful, dude.
She into them books, man. You know, cause remember we in Boca, you know, all these schools are A rated. All these schools are A rated down here, and she acing them, man.
yeah.
So
That's the
even if
most
she
important thing.
even if she wanted to and was like, Dad, I want to box, knowing what you know about the sport, would you
Or your
let her?
son. Or your
I
son.
wouldn't,
Or your boy? Yeah.
nah, I wouldn't want them to though.
Yeah.
It's a dog eat dog game, man. And
Dude, this is the only sport
yeah,
where
man,
parents don't want their kids doing it, dude. Because it's a
yeah,
survival sport, dog. It's a
man.
survival sport. You know what I mean?
It's tough, man. It's tough, but it's tough. Like they coming up, they coming up, you know, a whole different way that I was raised. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying? They coming up
yep,
much more better than what I
yep.
was raised in.
That's
You know
salute
what
to
I'm
you,
saying?
dog. That's a salute to you,
Yeah,
brother.
man. So their upbringing is not to it's not made for that.
Yeah,
It's not made for that brutal sport like that.
yeah,
You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because
I get it.
they don't feel no physical pain at all. You know what I'm saying?
I
You know
love it,
we
dude.
see.
That's what I'm.
I got whoopings when I was young.
Yeah.
Look at, I see that dad face. I see that dad
Yeah.
face,
No.
Press
Right.
the,
Hush.
Hey, okay, let him do
Hush.
his thing. I got.
yeah,
Oh,
press the
No.
mute button for him, Jay. While he
oh
gets
no, he's
together.
good. All right, Corey, we good, man. Hey,
No, we
so
good.
let's talk a little bit about today's state of boxing. Everything from people chasing that undefeated record to people ducking. What are your thoughts on today's boxing?
Man, see, I say, that undefeated record, you know, is it doesn't define you. It doesn't define you of being great or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, see a lot of people chasing that because of what Floyd and a couple of them other guys have did. You know, they chasing that thinking that's you know um the limelight of everything. But what a lot of people get, what a lot of boxers get respect from. You mentioned it too earlier when we first started. Like when you take a L, how you bounce back, how you bounce back. What makes a that's the heart of a champion.
Yeah.
That's when that terminology comes in. When you could take a defeat and bounce back and still become a multiple world champion. That's the heart of a champion.
Hey, that's my most. That's the one thing I love about the sport of boxing, because it's not hard to become champion. But if you special and you've been special for that long, people gonna see it in you like, yeah, he gonna be champion one day, like they was looking at you. If he
Yeah.
keep working hard, he gonna be champion. But making it to that height, that's the easy part. When you
Right.
special,
Mm-hmm.
but then losing it, then regaining it back. That's why
Mm.
I asked you that question. Do you consider yourself the best? I know your answer because you are a five-time world champion, and that's not easy to do. But I already know your answer on that. That's the one reason
Yeah. And
why
then
I asked that.
a lot of people don't know me, my dad, and my uncle. All three of us was undisputed.
Yep.
Mm.
That'll never be in boxing again.
So with you saying that, Do y'all got are y'all number one
We number one.
when it comes to family generation?
We number one.
Okay.
Pick
There they
another
are.
family. Pick another. Hey, pick another family that has 3 undisputed champions.
Yeah, that's true.
People don't understand when we say undisputed. That means it ain't another world champion in the division.
Yep. So we're talking undisputed and all that stuff. So in today's world, Cory, we got a huge fight coming up in Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis for no belts. Do you think belts matter? Because that's always what we hear. Belts don't matter. Belts do matter. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, to the fighters, they do. To the fighters, they do. But to the fans, they just want to see good fights. But to real boxers and that love what they do, they want them belts. They want them belts, but they also want to make money too. You know what I'm saying? They want to make money to take care of their families and all that, and plus live.
Yeah.
But if you're a real fighter and you love this sport of boxing, them titles are always going to mean something because because I don't care like who you are. If you planning to go into the boxing Hall of Fame and all this stuff, you had to have something. You have like I know like Ryan. Ryan have never been a world champion, but Ryan got a good following. Just because of that alone doesn't mean he's going to go into the boxing Hall of Fame.
That's true.
Just because he had a name, but he's never accomplished. He's never accomplished nothing. He has fans, but he haven't accomplished the reason why he do it. He probably making money, but he ain't accomplished. He want to be a world champion.
Yeah.
Ryan want to become a world champion. You know what I'm saying? But I understand if him beating Tank would be like he's becoming a world champion because Tank have been a multiple world champion.
That's true.
Who you got in that fight?
I'm going with Tank, man. I gotta go with that hood background.
But is Ryan Garcia
It's gonna be a tough fight.
If it's is it his toughest fight today?
Yes. It's gonna be the toughest.
I don't think I don't think it's gonna be as tough for Tank as a lot of people think.
Yes, it is, man.
I'm with you
for Tank.
Listen, what's the name of listen?
That chin, dog.
No,
but
listen, listen. Listen. What's the name of timing is terrific.
Yeah.
Ryan's timing is one of the best in boxing.
Speed beats power. Timing beats speed.
But both of them have it.
Oh.
Both of them have it.
I think Ryan only has it in his left hook, though.
That's not true. He wouldn't be on this level if he just had it in this left hook. So when people go ahead, Cory.
Go ahead.
Now, like that kills me. You know, like when people say that because Tank started that narrative talking about Ryan just got it with his left hook. He wouldn't be at this level if Ryan Garcia just had a left hook. And I'm gonna tell everybody this. Tank ain't never fought nobody, like you say, who timing and who has power like Ryan Garcia do. And Tank ain't a guy. Tank is gonna have to come to Ryan Garcia. So what is Tank? How is Tank gonna react when he hits that timing and that speed from Ryan Garcia? Look, I favor Tank too. But I'm with you, Cory. I think it's closer than what people say. I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan win this fight.
Yeah, I wouldn't either because they both came up in the amateurs. Both of them have strong amateur background. You know what I'm saying? It's similar. So you know what I'm saying. But that hood mentality, like that he had to withstand. That's what's gonna push Tank through this.
I,
That's what's
I,
gonna that's
and
what's
I,
gonna push him through this.
and I want to clarify. I would not be surprised if Ryan wins either. Like I'm not one of those guys that said there's no way Ryan can win. But based on what I've seen, based on their competition, based on Ryan's vulnerabilities, I think Tank wins it. But I won't be surprised if Ryan sneaks in one of those perfectly timed shots. But my next question to you, Cory, one of my favorite things you said tonight was when I asked you if you had any regrets, you said you could have juiced it a little bit more. That's what people do nowadays, right? That's what they do. And you almost have to choose. Do I care about my legacy or do I care about my money? And a lot of young fighters confuse undefeated record for their legacy. So with that being said, Mayweather, I have this theory called the Mayweather era, where fighters were protecting their record because they were looking up to Floyd making that money. I feel like we're coming out of that era, that protecting your record. We see Devin going down to Australia to fight two times. We see these guys wanting to fight. We see this weekend Caleb Plant, David Benavidez. Do you think we're finally coming out of that era, or what are your thoughts? Are you still scared that we're still stuck?
No, we still, you know,
We stuck.
look, we still stuck a little bit because these are not big superstars. They're known fighters, but they're not huge superstars. You know what I'm saying? Cato Pet probably fought Canelo and all that, but he's not a huge superstar. Not even Benavidez ain't either for real.
No.
He's just known to some of the fans and the boxing world.
Yeah.
But he's not. These two guys are not big like Tank and Ryan.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I'm glad you brought up Plant and Benavidez. That's a big fight we got coming up this weekend. Benavidez versus Plant. You know, throughout this whole promotion, and what my guy JJ said, I respect the art and the fundamentals in the sport of boxing. I will pick that, the fundamentals, knowing how to box in the ring IQ over anything else. I've been preaching. I'm picking Caleb Plant to beat David Benavidez.
Hey, that's what I was just going to say. I was just going to say that he has enough talent to beat Benavidez, man. I think he has enough skill to beat Benavidez, man. He does, man. That's why if y'all was gonna ask me who I got winning, I was gonna say I don't know, man.
I'm with you, dude. But who do you got? Who do you got? If you had to bet your last $100.
Man, I wouldn't. I'd keep my $100 in my pocket for real, cause the Mexican monster, you never know when that wear and tear with him, with the trouble he had outside of boxing, is going to show up. You know what I'm saying?
Look a little weight drain to me yesterday in that photo too. Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen it.
Did he look? I mean, you're a former champion boxer. You know how a guy looks if they're weight drained. Did he look weight drained to you?
He could be overtrained.
That was what I was about to ask you, dog. Like, I swear to God, that was my next word. So here, look, I'm having a hard time picking this fight. But when you look at this, Caleb's been in the ring with Canelo, which is, for me right now, that's the pinnacle, right? That's the top of the game. So he knows what the bright lights look like. Caleb doesn't struggle to make 168. I think Caleb Plant has a better trainer in Breadman. I think Caleb is more disciplined outside of the ring. Yeah, David Benavidez has the power. Yeah, he's the Mexican monster. Yeah, he's fast. But in terms of fundamentals and everything else I just mentioned, most boxing purists should pick Caleb Plant. But we get brainwashed with the highlight. What do you think?
He's gonna get hit a lot.
Who, Caleb or David?
David.
I agree, dude.
David's gonna get hit a lot because, you know, don't get me wrong, Caleb can box, man.
Yep.
Caleb can box, and he can also make the monster make a lot of mistakes.
Yep.
Make a
Hey,
lot of mistakes. And if he could do that all night,
hey, Cory, you being a 5-time champion, you know better than a lot of people around the world. You got to live that boxing lifestyle. You brought up a good point. This guy had trouble outside of the ring. I'm not taking nothing away from Benavidez's talent. We know he have talent. He
yeah,
wouldn't be on this level fighting on this big stage if he didn't. But like you said, he get hits a lot. Another thing I seen in him, he flat-footed.
Flat
He's
foot.
straight. He's straight up and down, and he
yeah.
push his punches. Like,
Cause he never he really his defense ain't what defense. No, he just comes straight forward and try to be a bully, like to, I guess, because some of these people be scared of him or get nervous. You know what I'm saying? They lose their confidence because he keeps coming. But I don't think Caleb Plant ain't fit to be shook. He fought Canelo for God's sake.
Exactly, dog.
yeah,
He fought
Listen,
even though he wasn't successful, but Canelo to me is the most skillfulest Mexican
yeah,
really.
ever,
I would
ever.
agree with
Look, and
Corey.
it's been a lot of good ones too, like Oscar. It's been Marquez, Morales. All of them was good. All of them was wasn't even my boy Tappy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Look, they was skillful. They wasn't the typical Mexican that just come to you and take all
yeah,
these shots.
yeah.
But none of them had head movement like Canelo.
Mm,
None of them had the head. See, as Canelo grew, Canelo learned. Canelo learned from black fighters
mm-hmm.
on how to slip, move, roll off shots, and all that. See, that's why I say he's the best. He's the most talented Mexican fighter I ever seen.
I
That's a
love it,
great
dude.
point.
I
That's
love
a
I
it.
ever
great
seen.
point.
I
Cause,
wish
cause,
Canelo was.
cause,
Go ahead.
cause, even though what's the name had Oscar had a little head movement, but it wasn't like Canelo.
Yeah.
Oscar has speed.
Canelo, yeah, Canelo would be right in your face,
Mm-hmm.
like a like a like he like a Mexican Cornell whip.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't have this written down on my question, but if you had peak Canelo versus peak Oscar De La Hoya, damn it, Corey,
Mm,
there's only one right answer. I hope you get it right.
I got Oscar though, man.
Okay, that's what I'm
Yeah.
Come on
saying.
now, he the golden boy for a reason, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't taking nothing from that. Oscar was a monster, man.
Yeah.
Oscar coming out them when he first turned pro, man. Oscar, he ain't the golden boy for nothing.
No, that's real talk.
Straight
Hey,
up,
hey,
the
and
golden boy was a beast.
yeah, you know what? We talking about big fights coming up. We know with this rumor going around, Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence, they've been sending cryptic messages.
Look, I'm hoping. Listen, I'm hoping, man. This Tank and Ryan pushed them to do it because these cats could have break so many records. They already done broke it. It done sold out in three
Sold out.
minutes.
Yep.
In 3 minutes,
Yep.
that's a record broken right there. And
Yeah.
they finna shatter this pay per view record. They
Yeah.
finna shatter that.
Can you
So
pick?
hopefully,
Can you
so
pick out of Crawford and Spence?
that's another one, man.
That's a 50.
No, well, this is what I would say. This is what I would say. Crawford will have to use his skill. Crawford would definitely have to use his skill. Because the first minute he sit there and try to play tough man with Earl, it's over.
It's
Because listen, Earl Spence is the best inside fighter in boxing.
That's true. That's
Listen,
true.
can't nobody sit there with this dude.
That's
I don't
true.
care who you is, dude. He's the best inside fighter in boxing.
That's true. Hey.
If you look at his fights when they first start off, people be giving them trouble. Because
Yep.
they be on the outside. But as the fight go on, it get closer and closer until you can't move no more.
Yep.
And there it is. He mow you down.
So who's your pick?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Yeah,
tough.
you beat
That's
around
tough
the
too.
bush, Corey.
That's tough. That's tough
That's
too.
that's a
That's a
tough
tough
one
one, dog.
because both of them guys know how to elevate their game. If you ain't if you ain't on their level, they raise their bar. They turn up the notch and get you right up out of that. Both of them.
Do you think age starting to play a part with Crawford being 36 years of age? Because when I looked in this last fight against David Avanesian, he won the fight by knockout. Was it Crawford being more confident in his power that he could just stand right there and don't have to use as much movement because he didn't respect Avanesian as much? Or is what the public seen a Crawford getting older to where he can't move his legs like he used to?
It could be, but I don't think that'll be a factor if he fought Spence, because he will have to wake up. He will have to wake up, or he gonna stay to sleep.
Do you like that switch foot shit he does? Switching from
But
southpaw with the dogs?
yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
That's him. He shouldn't change nothing. He shouldn't change nothing. You stick to what made you a superstar.
Yeah,
You stick to what's made you a superstar. That's
that's
the
true.
now if you did, you also, people, he didn't change the game a little bit,
He
because a
did.
lot of people trying to be switch handers.
Yeah.
You can't do it. It ain't just
No,
something you, yeah.
but I used to get them out of there,
Yeah.
especially an amateur.
Do you think
I get them right up out of there.
so? Do you think at 147, Cory Spinks at his peak versus Earl Spencer Crawford, Cory Spinks come out the winner?
Man, Cory Spinks at his peak would have beat anybody. I wanted Floyd.
Yeah. What happened with that?
He wouldn't sign a contract. We were supposed to fight. We were supposed to fight after the first Zav fight. He was at the after fight press conference. We got all up in each other's face. You know what I'm saying? That's my boxing brother. But dude, I was one of those. I wanted to try my talent against everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody they thought that was the man. Man, I come from a rough background. I didn't care. I want to fight everybody. If I lost, I'd have been all well.
Yeah.
But if I'd have won, I'd have been, you know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people don't know, man. I didn't care what the people said outside the ring. I'm a champ.
You
Even
damn
win or lose. You ain't finna get up in here and do that.
no.
Long as I walk up out of that ring with my life, I'm good. Because a lot of people, that's the only sport that you can kill a man and get away with it.
That's some Deontay Wilder shit right there. Hey,
Man,
Corey, I want to hear you say some shit that's gonna go viral. Like, I want to hear you tell me, why do you think we haven't seen Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford yet? Who do you place the blame on? Do you place blame? What's the reason?
man, I think it's both of them cocksuckers, man.
I said
For
both.
real, man. Because if you go to one, the one is blaming it on the other. You know what I'm saying? They blaming it on each other. This and that. They back and forth. It's like caddy. Like for real, man. I'm tired of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck it, y'all can fight fucking each other, man. I'm like, what's the name? Ain't with Top Rank no damn more.
Yeah.
He's basically a free agent. Crawford is basically a free agent.
So,
And shit. And if Earl wants to push hard enough, he can make goddamn Al Heyman take this goddamn fight. Come on now. You're a fighter, man. Shit. Let's make the goddamn fight happen. If you think that this man, if you can beat this goddamn man, just make the goddamn fight happen. It's both of they goddamn ass, man.
I agree with.
They don't want to. They don't want to. Don't now one of them want to lose that goddamn zero. But they don't understand that ain't gonna defy you, man. Just because you got a blemish on your goddamn record. Some of the best fucking fighters have multiple blemishes on their record. Look at Roy Jones, man. Roy Jones was a motherfucking monster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at Tyson, man. Look at
Yeah.
Ali.
Yeah.
Shit, the motherfucker,
Hey, look at you.
Look at the
Yeah.
Spinks family.
Right. They still call Ali the fucking greatest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was following that you know, the the Mayweather thing. You know what I'm saying? Not taking nothing from Floyd. Floyd is a talented motherfucker, man. And I would have loved to fight him, man. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't give him credit too, though. You know what I'm saying? For what he did do. You know what I'm saying? He changed the sport because of his character. The money Mayweather thing, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just want to make money, flash this shit. That's his thing.
But everybody
That's his
forgets
thing.
about Pretty Boy.
Yeah,
Floyd.
Pretty Boy was a monster.
Pretty Boy was a monster, dog.
Pretty Boy will get your ass up out of there.
Look what he did with Chico Corrales. That was the
Yeah.
fight. That was the fight that made me a believer with Floyd.
Yeah, he did it. He handled his business too, but I really don't give him total accountability because Diego had a lot of problems at that time. He was about to go to jail.
That's true.
For beating up his wife. So his mind was all screwed up.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Chico.
So the one guy, who I told him, like, I'm not in the crown and none of you fighters. You know, if you don't like the truth, then I ain't the one you need to listen to. So I didn't just crown Devin Haney immediately. But what Devin Haney has did, because he been calling out all these guys.
No, he gotta stand on that. He fought Gambosis. Gambosis fought Teofimo. Okay, but
Teofimo beat Loma though.
Yeah, but he was much bigger too. He was much bigger, and I think it played a part, but I think they'd have woke Loma up. So this fight with Devin Haney, man, Devin Haney finna have hell, man. He finna have hell.
You picking, and
No, see the thing is, I'm going with Devin.
Yeah.
I'm going with Devin. See, I'm one of those. I'm a true American.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a true American, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we professional don't mean a thing. Because if they was in the Olympics, who I'd be going with?
All day.
American, right?
Absolutely.
Nah, I don't switch up.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with the home team.
Yeah.
Because his country gonna root him on.
Yeah.
They don't give a damn about if Devin better than him or not. They gonna root him on.
But Cory,
I'm going with Devin.
If you wasn't repping the red, white, and blue, if you were from Mexico like my grandfather, who are you picking that fight, dog? Who are you picking that fight?
No, I don't know, man. It's really whoever show up because you never know, man. You know, Loma can be getting old.
Yeah.
Loma can be getting old, man, and Devin on the high. Devin on the high, man. So
yeah, but they say it's hard for Dev to make that weight. And another thing,
it is.
They say
because he's steady getting bigger.
And they say that fight on May 20th. Devin Haney, as of today, started Ramadan that goes for a whole month. So I'm asking you this. With him starting Ramadan, not being able to eat while it's daylight, they have to eat at night, will that affect him with him only having 1 month to prepare for a Lomachenko fight?
No, not really, because he on the diet anyway. And he still get to eat. He just got to eat at a certain time. Mm-hmm. He just got to eat at a certain time. But the only thing I didn't like about that, man, what made you to just go ahead and to be a Muslim now? Why you know what I'm saying? Dude, you
What
was
you
doing
mean?
fine. Like, dude, he was doing fine without being a mother, man.
I ain't getting into that. I ain't trying to have Bill rip my ass talking about that shit. I'm good.
I'm just that's all I'm saying. His daddy ain't is his daddy a mother?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he is.
That's probably why then. That's probably why he went ahead
I know him
and
and B Hop
converted.
are both Muslims, and they don't like each other. Hey, I got a question. I got two questions, Corey. First one is actually a fan question. He said, "Ask Champ how hard of a puncher Zab was."
Zab had a nice punch, bro. Zab left hand was damaging, man. Was damaging. I'm not even gonna lie, bro.
Who's
It
the
was
hardest
damaging.
puncher and the fastest puncher you gone up against?
Hardest was Mayorga.
He hit that hard?
Man, that motherfucker hit.
That's
like
the only reason he was famous.
Hey, that motherfucker hit.
He
like
had
a
skills
goddamn.
too, JJ.
He did. No, listen, he did.
He
Listen
did,
to me.
Jay.
Listen, cause he did. Cause look. If you
Not
look at the
elite level
fight,
skills.
listen, he
He was-
did. Listen, he did. Listen, if you
What?
look at him, look. The only thing he didn't punch totally correctly.
Yeah.
He didn't punch to correctly. But if you come punching at him, he'll move away, bro. He'll move away.
But
He
Corey,
had skill though. He had top notch skill.
Corey,
Do
you
not-
telling me that a boxer has skills, but he can't punch? The name of the game, obviously, but part of it is not getting hit. But you gotta know how to punch.
But
It's a difference, Jay.
listen, this is what I'm saying. You know, it's different styles. Mayorga just had a rugged style.
Yeah.
It was a rugged style, but he had skill. Cause can no journeyman just get up in there?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, he going to sleep.
Like,
You
I think that's overrated. Like, I know Mayorga was a rough fighter, but you're not going to make it to this level not
Right.
knowing all them other things.
Look. He beat the man. He beat the guy that was the man in our weight class. Vernon Ford. Yeah, man. Vernon was the man. That was Al Heyman baby at first. That's how Al Heyman got in it. That was his baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Vernon Ford.
Mayorga just had a different tactic, but he had skill. He was just a journeyman, come from Nicaragua, walking around with no shoes on over there.
You gotta respect it. And I want to take a second, Corey. I want you to understand that I have mad respect for every person that steps into a ring. My eyeball test, for me, Mayorga always failed the eyeball test. But in terms of respect, no. If you stepped in the ring, especially at that level, I respect kids who step in the ring.
Hey, to be honest, man, Mayorga is a very nice guy, man. He's a very nice guy, man. It's just, you know, when it comes to this boxing, it's just like anything. It's like show business. You gotta have some type of gimmick. You gotta have some type of show to make money. You gotta win these fans. Because that's the only way you're gonna make any type of money if you have fans.
Well, that's the second part of my question. I
don't think people. I know everybody know that you respect everybody who step in the ring. That's well documented. It's just that when you say he had no skills,
I didn't say that. I said he didn't have elite level skills.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
All right, well, I'm wrong. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong.
Because, like, you can't make it to this level. It's hard to make it to this level. You ain't gonna get lucky. You get lucky if you do it in one fight and get a punch.
Look, he was just a wild punching dude.
Yep.
He was just a wild punching dude. But he had a jab. He had the only thing he get wild with is when he throw his combinations.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he wasn't very defensively responsible either.
But look who else like that? Deontay Wilder.
Yeah. Facts.
Deontay Wilder smacks.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But they all have elite level skill.
Yeah, because we seen Deontay Wilder. Beautiful performance against Bermain Stavern. Beautiful boxing ability the way
Yeah.
he kept that jab out of there. Deontay just fell in love with that power, and more power to him because
Yeah.
that power has got him a long way. But
Right.
he showed the beautiful skills against
Yeah.
Bermain Stavern in that
Yeah.
first fight.
Well, you can even
Yeah.
argue that Wilder showed skills against Fury. It's
Yeah.
just Fury outskilled him. But no,
Yeah.
you're right. But Cory, I want to take it back to the state of boxing right now. Your pops did some dabbling in the wrestling and all that sort of stuff too before it was cool.
Hey,
Like
a lot of boxers did that back in the day.
they did. Ali,
Yeah.
they did it.
Yeah.
What do you think about what's happening today with these YouTube stars and all these folks? Like,
This what I say, man. The more the merrier, man. If you
uh-oh, Cory, you there?
He's gonna come right back. And that's a good question, JJ. And I like how he answered that.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Cory,
Listen,
we lost you a little bit, dude.
Yeah.
We lost
If
you.
you gonna bring awareness to the sport I love, bring it on. Bring it on. There's just more fans that we getting. There's just more fans that we getting, man. Like I know like Jake Paul. I'd have been over to Puerto Rico, you know what I'm saying, and seen the boy train. Listen, the boy takes it serious now. He takes it serious. He has a nice facility over there too, man. His gym is nice too, man. He trains, man. This man takes it very seriously. He don't play with it because you can't play with it. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that you went over to Puerto Rico and seen him train because we kind of got ties, me and you, a little bit because you was over there with my guy Zach Hirsch, and I know you have a good relationship with his father.
That
Scott
was just to be my manager. Just like this. That's our family down there.
Hey, bro. When I tell you, I had like let me tell you, Cory, how great of people they is. Zach 21 now. I met Zach when he was like 14 or 15.
Hi everybody.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Spinks?
Hiya.
That's
Hey,
Miss
Miss
Jinx.
Spinks.
Hey, Miss Spinks, what do you got to say about your husband's career?
Hold on. Hold on. Let me take this off.
Hold on, boo. Wait, hold on. How y'all doing? I couldn't hear y'all. He had his earpiece in.
How you doing, Miss Spinks?
I'm fine. How y'all doing?
Oh man, good. The last post I remember seeing y'all when you and Cory was walking down the shop and Cory like happy wife, happy life. I love that.
Yeah, I know.
Love that.
Okay,
I love that. You know what? What's today? The 23rd. In 4 days, I'm going on my 2-year anniversary with my wife. So
you better go.
yeah, I do know that.
Congratulations, y'all.
So ask her what you was gonna ask her about, Cory J.
No, I was first of all going to say thank you for letting us borrow Mr. Cory Spinks for a few minutes this evening. Second of all, give us a perspective from your perspective. What's it like being the wife of a legend like Mr. Spinks?
Taking my personal time from my husband. Time. Having these babies while they out training.
Yeah.
They out training, sitting up here, want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And stay focused. It was a little lonely. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Yeah.
Was it scary? Was it ever scary?
For 18 years.
Wow.
Wow. So tell me about that. Like JJ said, he asked you, was you scared, every time? We know Cory was great, he's a phenomenal talent, but he's still your husband.
Right.
Like, was you scared when he stepped inside that square circle?
Definitely, yeah. It was times that security told me, Miss Spinks, go sit down. I was finna get in there and get me a lick. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's scary. It is scary. I mean, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
If things can be okay, then things can take a turn. Uh, but yeah, it's not an easy thing. Um, I am happy he retired.
Yeah.
But at least I can know he's safe. But he was talented. I never watched boxing before I got with him.
Mm.
Took me to my first fight at Floyd Mayweather versus Fab Judah.
Mm.
And I was like, what is this? I seen two fights in one night. I saw ready to fight Floyd Mayweather family.
And then a
That's
riot.
the same thing. Okay. But yeah, but he was talented. He was fast. I remember he was fighting Roman Cormazon. And
Yeah.
I remember me just seeing Cory swinging. And I'm like, I don't see that. But then I started seeing Roman Cormazon. His face was just like, I always say the story because his face just started flicking. I'm like, God, look at that. He hit him so fast. I couldn't even like, I don't know how that happened. They were just going back like Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Right. Sonic the Hedgehog. So fast. I'm like, dang. I'm like, this dude is talented. I'm like,
No, and
really?
listen, I will say this: not a lot of fighters who had the career Corey did can still make complete sentences and make good decisions. So I'm grateful to still be able to sit here and talk to somebody I watched when I was younger, like be able to articulate his sentences. So
That
Corey,
was,
I'm so glad to be sitting here with you, dog, because we see a lot of fighters lose it a little bit, bro. So salute to
yeah,
you, man. You're still there for your family and stuff.
yeah, Solomon. I'm reading your name, Solomon.
Yeah.
That's what I was worried about. I was always like, no matter what, I want my son to be able to walk my kids to the park. I want him to be able to play in the park. It's life after boxing. I always told him that life goes on. I want you to have a good life after you finish. So that was always my motto. We weren't looking for it. Wasn't about the money. I wanted him to be able to walk his kids, see them graduate, talk to his kids, have a conversation with his kids. I wanted him to take care of himself. You know, all this that I see a lot of wives, they just ruin husband not doing great. They still over there ruling. What's wrong with you? This is not good. This is your husband's life on the line.
Yeah.
Tell him to stop. This is his life. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not that serious. I
I
want just
love it.
like talking to y'all. I want him to be able to talk from 50, 60 more years if he can. Okay.
Dang.
For
I don't
sure.
Because dang,
saying,
because
saying that I want us to vacation. I want us to
yeah,
have fun.
yeah,
I want my husband to spend.
yeah. And you
That's
know, and I'm glad you're saying that now. And I because I know what you being over there in Puerto Rico. JJ was talking about the YouTubers now. Like Corey, when I look at you, you in shape still. You know your mindset is still there. I know you ain't gonna fight no more because he just said that. But it's a lot of money out here now. People are getting for these exhibition fights. No, Roy Jones got a fight coming up. Have anybody came to you to try to get you to fight in one of these exhibition fights?
They have. They have.
they have.
Mama
Yeah.
don't let you.
No, it's just ain't worth it. It just ain't like she said. It ain't worth it no more because
Yeah.
it ain't for play. So
Nope.
I escaped this game with a little bit of sense.
And
So I
then
want to keep my little bit of sense.
yeah, when he retired, he had an eye surgery. He had a detached retina. And we went to the doctor and we met this good eye surgeon in Fort Lauderdale. And he did Corey's eye surgery. And I told him, I said, I'm worried because my husband can't see out his eye. And he said, I'm gonna do what I can. I said, please. So we sat in surgery. Um, and he worked on his eye. He came out, he said, Miss Spinks, he said, I ain't never seen it this bad. He said it took me a lot more time to repair it.
Uh-oh.
A lot more time to repair it. He said,
Mm-hmm.
but I did the best I could. And so Corey came home the next day. We had to go back. It had detached again.
Mm.
And he had to, the doctors like he redetached it again. So Corey couldn't see, but now he got sight back in his eyes. And we said, no hit, nothing. He can't afford to take any hit.
Yeah.
So
So
it just ain't worth it. It just ain't worth it, you know?
So Cory, with your wife Miss Spinks saying that, did you fight a lot of times when you were injured inside that ring?
It sounds like it.
Yeah, I have. I fought with my hand broke from before the fight was even started. My hand was broke, and I fought a guy that was bigger than me in the pros. It was just in my hometown. I won the fight, and it was my jab hand.
Tell y'all that. Don't think they ain't fighting hurting. They doing it. They doing it. Like football players playing football. They put their stuff together. They doing it.
Yeah.
Miss Spinks, before we let you and your husband go, because we're about done over here, which one was the most exciting fight for you?
The most exciting
in Cory's career? Like, where you just wanted him to whoop some ass? Did you ever take anything personal, I guess? Did you ever just want to see him whoop somebody's ass?
I'm just trying to think because yeah, it was a guy he fought in St. Louis. What was his name? Cory, the boy from St. Louis.
DeAndre
Lattimore, because his family was talking all.
And you won that championship belt too.
Talking all stuff.
That was in 2009, 2008, 2000.
Yeah.
No, 2007, something like that. You became champion again.
Yeah. It was the north side of St. Louis against the south.
The whole
side.
St. Louis was there, and I'm telling you, they family was like, "Oh, it's on and popping." I said, "Y'all better know that."
So Cory, Cory and Miss Spinks, we appreciate y'all. We done had your husband on here for an hour and 30 minutes. We appreciate, this legend, 5-time champion, Mr. In That Order, Mr. Soon to be in the Hall of Fame. When you're talking about royalty, when it comes to a family in the sport of boxing, I don't think nobody did it like the Spinks did. So we really appreciate y'all tonight, especially you and your children for allowing him to come on here and speak to us.
Thank you. You know what I'm thinking when I talk to you? Mr. Owl. Hey, I'm on that gun.
Hell yeah. I love it.
I was strong.
I love it, man. That's beautiful, dog. Well, Cory, we appreciate you, dog. We appreciate you taking the time today. We hope that you come back and join us.
Please come back in the future. Please.
No problem, man. Anytime, bro.
Yeah, bro. We appreciate you. Hey, before we leave, hey, have you ever heard of another podcast with as beautiful a logo and a name like the Spit Bucket Podcast?
Never, man.
Thanks, bro.
I even like y'all symbol to y'all podcast, man. Yeah, man. They better step up their game, man.
Yeah, they got to come with it, man. Thank you, Cory, man.
Cory, we appreciate you, dog. Have a good night. We wish you all the best, dude, and we look forward to seeing you again soon, brother.
You too, bro.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night. Take it easy.
You too.
All right, Cory, let's take a quick break. We'll come back and recap here in a real quick.
30th in my major pain voice.
Let's get it.
All right, listen up, guys. We're calling all Little League coaches. We're calling all middle school coaches. Calling all high school coaches. We're calling out all those team mamas. If you need team uniforms, if you need jerseys, accessories, whatever gear you're looking for the team, please check out our friends over at Elite Sportswear. These guys do it all, and they do it great. So if you're needing a brand new look for the younger athletes, for the teams, do me a favor, trust us with Elite Sportswear. These guys do all of our gear here at Spit Bucket Podcast, hats, shirts, hoodies. We could not be more pleased with them. So check them out over at thebetteruniform.com. You can find them on Facebook at The Better Uniform or on Instagram, Elite Sportswear 17. That's Elite Sportswear 17 on Instagram. Again, if you want your team looking super fly on game days, do yourself a favor, do the squad a favor. Call Roderick and the team over at Elite Sportswear ASAP. Let them know the Spit Bucket Podcast sent you.
Shout out to Elite Sportswear, man. Look at the gear. Look at the drip. Look at the drip. Y'all check them out at thebetteruniform.com. I know there's a lot of team mamas and team managers out there, so we appreciate you guys at Elite Sportswear. But Cory, hell of an interview, bro.
Man, Cory Spinks, bro. Like, the dude had a legendary career, legendary interview we just had, a legendary family he got. Like, man, that's probably one of the most stand-up guys, we ever had the chance, to get on that show, JJ.
I got a problem with Tim Bradley making the Hall of Fame before Cory.
That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, dude. I really have a problem with that.
Crazy, ain't it, Jay?
I wanted to talk to him about right now, but I could tell his wife was tonguing.
And JJ, that's a great point. Like, there's nothing to take away from Tim Bradley.
No, nothing at all, dude.
Like, but wow.
Get in line. Get in line.
Cory Spinks not there yet. Like,
undisputed 5-time family. He got the name. He got everything. But anyway, hey, real quick before we go, big fight. I know we got a show coming up tomorrow for pre-fight, but what are your thoughts on Caleb and David before we leave?
Now, I know people think I'm just disregarding David Benavidez. I'm not doing that. I'm not disregarding him. Like I said earlier, fighters won't be on this level if they didn't deserve to be there. David Benavidez deserves to be in this fight. He is a guy who throw punches in bunches. He a guy who smother his opponents, long, rangy, body shots, face shots. This guy could do it all. He might not be the best defensive guy, but in boxing, you ain't gonna be the best of everything, but his skill set that he got him to this level. Speaking of Caleb Plant, excellent boxer in that square circle. Ring IQ up there with the best of them in this sport of boxing right now. Caleb Plant showed us in his last fight, not only can he box, but when they get personal, he know how to sit down on his punches and get you up out of there. That's why this fight is so intriguing now. This is not just a puncher versus a boxer. This is a puncher versus a boxer.
Well-rounded.
And a sort of puncher. He showed us he have them capabilities. And with me saying that, defensive responsibility.
Facts. What's your official pick?
Caleb Plant. Defensive. He more defensively responsible. Ring IQ.
Caleb Plant.
Go win the fight. Like you said earlier, 9 times out of 10, Jose Jr., I'm going to pick the boxer over the puncher. And today, on the Spit Bucket Podcast, March the 23rd, 19 days after your birthday, I'm picking Caleb Plant to win Saturday night.
And I'm going to have to go with you. And I'm basing it off of these factors. He's been in the ring with the brightest lights possible with Canelo. I feel he's got a better trainer. I feel his conditioning is better. I feel he's multidimensional, not just a knockout artist. I feel he's not struggling to make weight. So my official pick is Caleb Plant, unanimous decision. But if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to admit it, and I'll salute David Benavidez.
Hey, facts. This is boxing, man. This ain't like ABC 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. But one thing I can say about you these last 2+ years, I've been knowing you. When it comes to picking matchups, you like in the 90 percentile range. Now me,
I appreciate
I'm gonna be honest. Like me, I'm a little shaky with it. I ain't gonna get all of them right. But I think
this fight though, I will say though, I picked Caleb unanimous. This fight, I could if David knocks him out, I only see David knocking him out. That's the only way he gets to win. I don't think he's gonna outbox Caleb, but we'll see how it goes, dog. It's gonna be an exciting night. The whole damn card. We haven't even touched on the card.
Oh yeah, I like Rayo versus Chris Colbert because this is a fight. Both guys coming off extraordinary losses. The way they lost, Rayo got knocked out. Chris Colbert got stopped. Like, this is a great fight to come back. Usually when guys take losses like this, you throw them up in there against a Patty K Baker, man, rolling,
Hell yeah.
But they not doing that. They both coming at each other. So people need to put some respect on Ryu and Chris Colbert's name. And I definitely think I don't know who's gonna win this fight. But one thing I can respect about Chris Colbert, he humbled himself all the way down. I like that. So,
I love it too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brandon Fairley saying we doing big things in his
Appreciate that, my boy.
Bro, we appreciate you tuning in. If you don't mind sharing this, because there was a hell of an interview we had tonight with Cory Spinks. But Cory, dog, great night, bro. We got a great weekend of boxing coming up. But I guess we'll wrap it up. Big shout out to our sponsors, KO Therapeutics, Elite Sportswear. Big shout out to Cory Spinks. Cory.
Yeah, man. Salute KO, Elite Sportswear. Shout out to Cory Spinks, Miss Spinks. Man, we just appreciate everybody who came on here tonight. Shout out to the Playback Gang. If y'all gonna come back on here and catch this later, like my dog JJ said, make sure y'all like, share, and if y'all like the content we bringing, please subscribe.
Appreciate you, brother. Well, have a good night. Give the wifey and the boys a big hug from us, and you have a good night. We'll talk soon, dog.
Likewise. Salute
Appreciate
to
you,
the
dog.
Solomon family, man.
This is JJ Solomon.
This Cory Bradshaw, Mr. RTB, and Mr. Lee Boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.